So, today we're going to be talking about the multiplier effect. Okay, so basically, in simple terms, the multiplier effect is known as the idea of money trickling down into different aspects of the economy. So, just to get an idea and wrap your head around this whole phenomenon, we'll do an example. So basically, say I have a friend, his name is John, and he works as a server. John gets paid $20 in tips on Friday. So with his $20, he keeps 5 of that, and the other 15, he goes out and he uses that other 15 to go buy a dinner from a sandwich shop. Now, that $15 that was used and contributed to the sandwich shop now is put into a big pool of money that is pretty much used to buy a new sandwich maker. And now, the new sandwich maker influences people to buy over $100 worth of sandwiches. With this example, you can see how money is going from John, then going to the sandwich shop, then going to the sandwich maker, and then filtering back out to consumers when they buy more sandwiches. Pretty much, in a really, really simple way, you can think of the multiplier effect as a way of making sure that money gets to everyone. So, now, looking a little bit closer into this, we're going to kind of take a step away from the multiplier and look at policy, fiscal policy to be exact. And we're going to look at how fiscal policy is used by the government to influence the economy. Right, so with fiscal policy there is contractionary and there is also expansionary. Contractionary fiscal policy is used to decrease aggregate demand, and otherwise expansionary fiscal policy is used to increase aggregate demand. Now this is the use of the government using taxes and spending, okay? So, just to understand this a little bit better, we're going to look at a few examples. First example, contractionary fiscal policy. The government can either raise taxes to implement contractionary fiscal policy, or they can cut spending. Now, just to understand this a little bit more, so let's think. If the government raised taxes by $5, right, that means people have to take $5 more of their income and they have to put it towards taxes. This means that they have $5 less that they can spend, on whether it's on furniture or food. It's just $5 less. So that's showing that it's decreasing consumer spending, and that's why it would decrease aggregate demand. Another example is government cuts in spending. So, if the government cuts spending by $1,000 for highway construction, less people are working unless people have money. Therefore, they don't have money, they can't spend. Now, this is where the multiplier comes in. Basically, this determines how much of the aggregate demand will increase or decrease because of spending. The multiplier formula is 1 divided by, parentheses, 1 minus MPC. This is the last example. Okay, so if the government has to spend $1,000, how much output can increase in the total economy if the MPC is 0.5? So to figure out this, there's 2 parts. The first part is figuring out what the spending multiplier is. So to find that, you have to do 1 divided by 1 minus 0.5, which gives you 1 divided by 0.5 equals 2. What this means is that for every dollar that is spent, the increase in the total economy is $2. Therefore, now this is the second part, if the government spends $1,000, then the output in the total economy is going to be 1,000 times 2, our multiplier, which is 2,000.